Hey guys, welcome to Redemption Creative. I'm Rami and today we're going to be looking at some Adobe Illustrator basics. Today's video is going to focus on some really basic elements in Adobe Illustrator, things that will just help you navigate your way around the program, get you used to things, and some quality of life things just to speeden up the process when designing. First off, we're going to start with artboards and creating documents. Now this is something really simple for those of you that have used Illustrator before, but some of you who are a bit newer to the program. Once you've opened up Adobe Illustrator, and also before I continue, make sure to check out the description below. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, there'll be a link there for you to download a free trial so you can get your hands on the program and muck around with it. So what you want to do is create a new document in the program, and as you can see there'll be a few options up the top here. I'm going to briefly explain just two of these, the web and the print. So the difference between the two of these is the design that you're going to be doing and its focus. So where is it going to be shown? Is it strictly going to be seen on screens and digital platforms, or will it be used in print? So with the web, it already sets up your color mode to RGB, which is going to be showing obviously more color fit for screens. However, if you go to print, it'll be set to CMYK, which is more print friendly. Now for the sake of today's video, we're just going to go ahead and create a 1920 by 1080. You can click here as where it has blank document presets. There's a few of those. You can go present all, and you can see a fair few, or you can customize the sizing over here where the width and height are, and you can choose the unit of measurement you wish to use, whether that be centimeters, millimeters, inches, etc. So we're going to leave that at pixels, and just down here we can set the orientation to landscape or portrait. We're going to leave that in landscape for the time being. Over to the side here we've got artboards. So sometimes, let's say for example you're maybe creating a multi-spread design that needs more than one page, you can just quickly do that right here. So we're going to put 4 artboards there, and that'll fasten the process just so you don't have to add the artboards in once you're in Illustrator. But at the same time, in saying so, when you have added them in, it's never too late to add more in once you've already created the document. Scrolling down, we've got the bleed here that you can play around with if necessary, and a few other options I'll leave out just for now. Go ahead and create the document, and as you can see, we've got 4 artboards ready for us to use. Now to view your artboards, you can come over here to the artboards panel, click that, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe just the 1 if you're only going with the 1 artboard. So you can also click over here to the right of where it says where your artboard is, this little icon. That'll give you some additional options to amend and edit your artboard. You can change the name, sizing, positioning, etc. And you can muck around with a few of these other options. However, this is just to go back if you need to change the dimensions once you've already created the artboard, but you need to make some amendments. So we're just going to leave that as is. Just quickly, as you can see, when we're still in the artboard options menu, you can see there's some lines, but you can't really click on them to, amend the sizing or amend the dimensions of the artboard manually. So what you want to do for that is come down here to the artboard tool, which is Shift+O for the hotkey. You want to click on that, and that'll give you the opportunity to just click the artboard. You can drag it across. If you want to separate your artboards, you can bring it right back and lock it into place. You can change the sizing of it, make it longer, make it wider, make it really whatever you desire, whatever really fits your needs. So what I'm going to show you guys now is a really simple and quick fix to an issue that I did have early on using the program, something that I could never wrap my head around, but eventually by sheer dumb luck I figured out a way, or I found a video I think or something a while back that sorted this issue out for me. So I hope maybe this will help someone out there. So let's say you're dragging an element across and you want to line it up perfectly with, let's say, a shape or a path. Now as you can see, these will snap and it'll snap, but sometimes you'll find yourself missing by a pixel or so. What that is up here in the top right hand corner. This little option says align art to pixel grid on creation and transformation. Unchecking that gives you the freedom and ability to simply click and drag everywhere without it giving you any problem. The next tip I'm going to discuss is for those of you out there creating logos or designs or anything that's going to need scaling, especially when you're using strokes, because as you can see, sometimes if you don't have the options selected, if you scale down, as you can see, 14 point, and then I've scaled right back up and it stays to 14 point. So how I've done that is going over to edit, preferences, general, and you can just see there's an option here, scale, strokes and effects. So this way, this will ensure that no matter how small you rescale your object, it'll always stick to the sizing you want. Now the next tip I'm going to give you guys is the shape builder tool. Now this tool really helps with logo designs or any designs in general really, and it really just opens up your ability to create new things when you really know the capability. It's such a simple tool, but it really opens things up for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a brief example. I did briefly cover this in my previous video. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to check the description. It'll be linked below, and let me know your thoughts on that video. But I'll give you guys a quick preview now. So if we wanted to, let's say, drag this path straight through the middle and then drag it across again. And let's say we want to get rid of this outside part. We only want this inner rectangle. We're going to select both shapes. We're going to select the shape builder tool, hold Alt, and just click the outside part that gets highlighted. As you can see, hold Alt, the little cursor should go from plus to a minus. When you've clicked that, it'll delete any path outside the line of selection and it'll highlight it for you. If it isn't selected, that means there's a connection somewhere that's not been completely closed off. So you want to double check your design and make sure everything is cleaned up. The next simple tip is the direct selection tool. Now, if you select the direct selection tool on the top left, closer to the top next to the selection tool of your menu, of the panel on the left, you'll see you can click these points that are in your paths or even objects that have all these 4 different points or whatever it might be. Your object may be different and you can amend those by just clicking and dragging. If you want to select more than one point, you can simply click, holding shift, click the next point, and then you can simply drag, letting go of shift to distort the object as you please. Now also, in saying so, you can also individually edit points of objects or shapes or paths. By clicking a corner, you'll see these little circles come up and you'll see a little curvature tool come up near your cursor. You can click on that little circle and drag, and that'll curve the edges of your point. Now if you want to do this for on a large scale, if you want to do this for your entire project or whatever it may be, as you can see, you can just simply go to your selection tool, click the object, hold Control, and you can see they all appear, and you can go ahead and curve them all at once. However, again, if you just want to select maybe 2 of these, you can, the same concept as the points, simply click, select, and drag, and there you go. So guys, the last tip I'm going to leave you guys with before I end the video is a simple trick. Well, not really a trick, it's just something it took me a while to know. Some of you guys that are quite Illustrator veterans out there might be laughing and thinking we knew this a long time ago, but for some reason it took me a bit longer to figure out. So that's what I'm going to show you guys here today. If you're creating an art piece or design and there's any overhanging elements outside the artboard, they may be distracting, and you want to sort of, just visualize the piece you're creating on its own, and you might have elements all around here that you've been trial and erroring with, and you want to get rid of those but you don't want to delete them. You can simply go over to view, trim view, and that cuts off everything that's outside of your artboard, giving you with this cool presentation of what your final piece is going to look like. And obviously once this is selected, you won't be able to see anything, and it'll show you what's going to be saved when you comes to finishing off your project. That is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. These were some really basic beginner tips, just showing you guys a few things around Adobe Illustrator. Obviously there's a lot more to Illustrator than what I've shown you guys, but I hope to cover more of Illustrator, Photoshop, and other programs in the near future. Hopefully you guys liked the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content, and also make sure to drop a comment in the comment section below letting me know what you thought, as well as any suggestions or things you may be curious about in the Adobe suite. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.